what a game it was between the Ravens and the Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning trying to see if the last ride would indeed end for Ray Lewis at New Mile High. First quarter, there is no score. By rule, you have to punt the ball to the other team.
It's a good rule, Trey.
It is, and Trenton Holiday appreciates the rule. 90 yards the other way. 90 yards. Keep in mind, Holiday started the season with the Texans, went 5-0, then went 11-0 with the Denver Broncos in the postseason. By the way, the longest punt return in NFL postseason history, 90 yards. I know the Ravens wanted to keep Peyton Manning off the field. Probably not the way they wanted to do it.
No.
Peyton's happy, though. He's excited. He's excited. Things are going well. Ensuing Ravens possession. Boy, did Joe Flacco perhaps earn him some money in this game. As Torrey Smith runs under the 59-yard throw, and Champ Bailey had a long afternoon.
I'll tell you, the big ball is one of the most prettiest things in football. Champ Bailey gets outrun by Torrey Smith. Safety's not there to help him out. Joe Flacco, Merrill drops in the dime.
Yeah, now he may have earned some money, but I think what he earned in this game is respect.
No question. Ravens tie it up at 7. All right, meanwhile, it's now 3rd and 7, and Peyton throws a strike to Eric Decker, but it's bobbled in the air, and Corey Graham gobble. It's a pick six the other way for the touchdown. Now, it looked like there might have been PI here, right?
It's a might. I thought that was PI.
But they didn't call it, and it goes right up in the air. And just like that, after a great start with the punt return, suddenly Peyton and the Broncos find themselves down. But relax, all is well, remain calm, because Peyton Manning can still do this, and Brandon Stokely can still do that. What a great catch to tie it up.
You talk about absolute perfection. I'll say it again. Trent calls him a dime, you know, fireball. I call that stupid, ridiculous.
Redonkulous. Oh, no good. By the way, that first quarter was the first ever where we had an offensive touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and a special teams touchdown in the first quarter in the postseason. So it was a pretty good quarter. Second quarter, well, you couldn't have handed it to Noshan Moreno any better on this throw.
It's a double move to a tailback out on the perimeter and perfectly thrown. Nobody does that but Peyton Manning and the Broncos.
They're up 21-14. Trent, you play golf.
Yes.
Replace your divot, Matt Prater.
Well, this is called too much of the big ball. That's the earth.
Hit the earth first. Stoinkometer. I mean, that was really fat.
Laid the
I've never kicked the ball. I've never kicked it, but how you do it?
Well, it's I imagine it hurt a little bit. Okay, so now with under just a little time remaining, look what they do again. Champ Bailey is torched by Torrey Smith.
And well, obviously the Ravens came into this game. It's a the NFL is about matchups. And they believe
this is Champ Bailey.
But they believed that they could go after Champ Bailey because this was not the only time. We've seen 2, but they went after him all night long.
That tied it up at 21. So by rule, to start the second half, you have to kick it off.
Thought about it a lot. I still believe it's a great rule.
You know who else believes it's a great rule? Trenton Holiday. I'm going to go this way. No, I'm just going to go right up the middle. There is no one there, and goodbye. Have fun storming the castle. He's done it again. 104 yards to the house. So now Trenton Holiday becomes the first player in NFL history with a kickoff return and a punt return, both for scores, in the same game. Peyton, once again, can't believe his good fortune. John Harbaugh, by the way, feeling not so good about this, as an unbelievable start to the second half, 28-21. The Broncos back up. Okay, so now with 3:08 to play in the third, it's 3rd and 11 at the Denver 46. Peyton looked like he was trying to, you know, the old tuck rule, tuck it back in there. Ball comes out. Ravens force the fumble, and they get it. Was that a tuck?
No, I don't think it was. I can understand why people thought it was right here, but he kind of repossesses it there, and then when it goes down by his waist is when he loses control of the ball.
All right, so the Ravens get the ball back. It's a 2nd and 9, and hey diddle diddle. Ray Rice is right up the middle.
Yeah, a couple things showed up for them. One of them is their running game. And if you look at this from the end zone, there's nothing prettier than this. You talk about double teams, movement, kickouts, digouts, and we're in the alley, seal of approval right there, the Bronco defense.
That was it, and Ray Rice did his job, taking it all the way down. Later on the drive, it's 3rd and goal, and he got him down there. He's going to finish it, too. As one of my great producers here would say, Jersey pride for Ray Rice from Rutgers University. Ties it up at 28. Move to the 4th quarter at 2nd and 10. Boy, Joel Dreesen, you want to talk about earning some respect? Hangs on, makes the catch, and you get a flag on the play because Shockey Brown is called for unnecessary roughness, and you can see he goes in high, and that is a helmet to the chin. So they add some more yards onto the play. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 3. Manning looking for Demaryius Thomas, and he drops it, but they called holding, which is a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down on Kerry Williams. Agree or disagree?
Well, I think in the context that they got away with one earlier in the game.
A trip.
Allowed 6 points on the pick six.
So it was a make good? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying it was a make good, but I was fine with that.
Okay. They're making a lot of calls.
Yes, a lot of calls.
And by the way, screen to Demaryius Thomas, they used it for a big touchdown week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's been in their arsenal ever since. And look who he makes miss on this, by the way. Demaryius gets by Ed Reed and Ray Lewis on one play for a score for the 17-yarder. Broncos are up 35-28. Okay, they forced the Ravens on a 4th and 5 to go for it. They didn't get it. So now they got a chance with one more first down. They picked up one. They run out the clock. They take a knee. Peyton and company are moving on to the next round. But they ran 3 straight plays. The Ravens defense comes up big, so they're forced to punt, giving Joe Flacco and John Harbaugh one last chance. And one last chance is all they needed. Flacco, under duress, sees somebody loose down the field. It's Jacoby Jones. And what is Raheem Moore doing on that coverage?
The unthinkable, my friend. This should never happen. You should understand the situation. You can never let a vertical route get beyond you as the safety. Ever, ever, ever.
Ever. Ever. Ever.
In this situation?
Ever.
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 Unbelievable. With 31 seconds left, it's a 70-yard touchdown pass to Jacoby Jones. He had only one other catch in the game, and just like that, we have a brand new ball game. We are going to overtime, in overtime. For the Ravens, who got the ball first, 3rd and 8. Flacco looking for Anquan Boldin, who manages to keep the ball. They reviewed it, and they said it was a catch.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Anquan Boldin. As he goes to the ground, you can see his hand is underneath it, pinning it to his stomach.
Wow. Now, later on that same drive, 3rd and 2, Flacco, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And Von Miller and Elvis Stumerville didn't get to him very often, but they got to him here.
Yeah, at a critical time. But you know what? Joe Flacco does the right thing, doesn't force anything, takes a sack. Actually, smart by Flacco.
All right, so they're forced to punt. Here comes the Denver drive. It's 3rd and 1 to Jacob Hester. I didn't get it. They're forced to punt. That happened a lot on short yardage situations for Denver. So now it's 3rd and 13. They've got him pinned deep. This may be the most critical play in the entire game, and somehow, some way, they get a big play from Dennis Pitta.
Hey, first of all, the courage it takes to make this throw, the safety over the top, a DB underneath, you back shoulder it high. If the timing isn't perfect between Flacco and Pitta, that's an interception.
All right, so later on that same drive, it's 3rd and 3. Flacco over the middle, it's incomplete. But again, they flip the field so they don't set up Peyton with a short field and allowing Matt Prater to potentially win the game. So 1:03 left. Manning forced out of the pocket, late back across his body, and Corey Graham picks him off. Oh, it's the #1 rule, Trent.
And I really believe Peyton Manning sees this move right here. Brandon going vertical with no safety over the top, and he's trying to lob that ball over the DB and can't get enough on it.
So that critical interception now on 2nd and 10. Ray Rice, you see the red line where they think they had to get for a field goal attempt. He picks up 11, Merrill.
I love this little road grader help. Great job by Ray Rice, but he's stuck right here in the mud. Let me help you there, my brother.
Keep going.
First down.
Get a few extra yards. Remember in the AFC Championship game last year, it was Billy Cundiff missing one late that would have tied it. Well, the rookie Justin Tucker, the longest field goal made in OT for a rookie in NFL postseason history, and it's good. And Peyton Manning and the Broncos lose for the first time since October 7th. A hug for Ray and Peyton Manning after the game, but the last ride still has at least one more stop for Ray Lewis. 38-35, the final score. Joe Flacco had 2 touchdown passes of at least 55 yards, 331 yards, 3 touchdowns. Manning had 3 touchdowns as well, but 2 interceptions. Trindon Holiday looked like he was going to set all kinds of records. He did, but the record of winning streak ends for the Denver Broncos. Ray Lewis and company still going.
Ray, can you believe you guys pulled this game out?
Nobody gave us a shot. Nobody. But you still got to play the game, Sal. We knew that. We knew that. And we came in here, and before we walked out of halftime, I just grabbed everybody's hands and we just said, no weapon as a team formed against us shall prosper. No weapon. Man can't control what God has already but blessed and destined, man. This is awesome, man.
Wow, we've been a part of some pretty incredible games, but you know, against a team like this in a hostile environment like this, with what was on the line, is pretty special.
These are the moments we live for in sports. I mean, if you don't want that moment, then you're playing the wrong game.
I can't compare it to anything. It's incomparable. We've never been through anything quite like this. But that's how life is. No two moments are ever exactly the same. But this has been pretty incredible and unexplainable.
You know, we ran this race before in Pittsburgh, and we watched that. We watched that same drive. And for us to go down there and do it, we said that when we came out here, we was going to claim victory. We claimed victory. Victory is ours. It's ours, man.
It certainly is.